Our next guest this is her first time on the show, Sheila Goss, and she has a new book out as well. And I didn't realize she had as many books as she does. You know, a lot of times people are laboring in the vineyards and you just don't know how much writing they're doing um,
Mm-hmm.
until they come on the show and tell you that they have a whole bunch of books. And I'm working on my next book. I had to switch gears, Rhonda, from what I was going to do. So I'm doing something
I'm not
different.
I'm not touching a book until after Black History Month.
Okay. Okay. Well, you had a book, though. You had your novella.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
it's time to I want to write another book, but I can't concentrate on another book
I know
until
you
after
can't.
Black History
Yeah.
Month. Yeah.
Yeah. It will be like I have to finish mine by like July at least and have it done because once the festival stuff kicks in, my brain is,
Mm-hmm.
can't can't concentrate. So anyway, Sheila, you came on the screen and welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you for having me.
I
Can
was
you hear
telling
me
our
okay?
audience, oh yeah, perfectly clear. I was telling our audience this is your first time on the show, and you have a new book out, which is book one of a series, and we can see it on the screen.
I love the title.
Worth the
Thank
risk.
you.
It's a good title, good hook. And I was reading in your bio about how many books you've had. Now we've never met, I don't think, but we've been connected for many years. If we have met, tell me. But I don't think we have.
We
Uh,
haven't met in person,
in
just
person.
virtually, but I
Okay,
feel like I know you though.
I know we've been
Well, you've been
connecting for
around
long.
for a while,
Mhm.
Gwen. So, a lot of people feel like we knew you before we actually have really met you face to face. But Sheila and I were in back before social media was a huge thing. We met each other through the listservs. I've mentioned the listservs a few
Yeah.
times
Hmm.
on this show back when there was the chocolate pages and all those different email listservs. That's how Sheila and I met each other, I believe. And then
That's correct.
actually, yeah, and then
Hmm.
actually, she was a part of my Black History Month literary weekend in 2020. The last time it was in New Orleans before I moved it to DC, she was one of my featured authors.
Oh, okay. Well, you mentioned those listservs, and I guess because at the time we started Kush City, I wasn't an author. So I wasn't tied into the author stuff. I was on the book selling side of things. And so, because my first book didn't come out to 2007. So whatever was going on, the listservs I was on was more on the tech side of things, the black tech groups and that kind of thing. I wasn't really tied into the author listservs, although I knew about the books because we were tied into the publishers because we had the store. So and the website. So anyway, Sheila, when did you first come out with your first book?
Oh, I want to say probably about 2003, 4. I started off self-published.
Okay. And that was back when self-publishing was like you were in what is it, like boot camp. It wasn't
Yes,
like it is now.
definitely. But you know what? Back then, a lot of authors that I met, they were very friendly, and they shared whatever knowledge they had with me, and that actually helped.
Okay, so are you writing only fiction and what kind of fiction?
Well, right now I'm doing fiction. I'm also doing songwriting. I'm working with a couple of artists right now. Hopefully, they'll have something being released in a couple of months.
Did you say
And I'm also,
songwriting?
yes, I used to write songs when I was in high school, me and my best friend. You know how as little girls, normally you pass notes between each other about boys. Well, we were writing songs. So,
Oh,
but yes, so I know I know at this late age, I'm able to kind of live out that dream now.
well, we can always use some good songs, and I'm saying I don't like the current songs, the contemporary, most of them, because I don't want to be cussed at when I'm listening to music. So, but there
Same
are
here. So
there
I'm
are
doing
some
R and
good
B.
singers. Yeah, I do not
Exactly.
want to be cussed at. So if it's cussing in your song, I'm not likely to listen to
Oh no, oh no! It's grown folks music. I call it Southern
it.
Soul
Yeah,
grown folks music.
yeah, real stuff. I tell my daughter the difference, and she said when I say, we had the best music. But she said, well, they have good stuff. I said, here's the difference. In the studio, they had a whole band in there. See, that was the difference in real music. There was a band in the studio, not just a keyboard with dials and the computer and a beat where you go just do one beat over and over. It was a whole band. So orchestra in some cases. So it was just you can't do that now. I don't even know if they would even let you do it now, but
I know, and we're still listening to that music today.
oh
So
yeah,
that
oh
lets
I
you
We
know
listen.
how good
are.
that music was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how timeless it was. If you
yeah.
play that song, if you play that music right now, people would get up and dance to it, even the young
Mhm.
people.
Sure would.
Yeah, and a lot of the music now is just sampling that music, is rapping over that music or singing over the music and changing it to something else. So anyway, but the songs that you've written, have you had any that we would know about, like that we could pull up on YouTube?
Well, I have a couple that I just put out as they're pretty much demos. So if you go under actually on my website, SheilaGoss.com, and then go to music and licensing on my page off my website, you'll be able to listen to a few samples there.
It's
Oh
amazing. I mean, as long as I've known you, I
wow.
did not know that about you. So I guess that's the great thing about this show is we get to learn a little something new about each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
Even
that's
that's
in the
always been a
good.
passion
music.
of mine.
I love that.
Now, do you sing or just write the songs?
I just write. I'm not a singer. I wish I could sing. Well, I wish. I'm one of those
but
shower singers, okay?
but the money is in the music in the songwriting, so that's
That is
okay.
true. That's true.
That's true. Mhm.
Money is in the songwriting. So you have a new series with women in Hollywood, and so this is book one. We can see it on the screen. So worth the risk. And I saw that there are going to be three books. So are the women in all three books connected, or is just the theme of women in Hollywood the thread that ties the three books together?
They all kind of like in the publishing world, even if they're not friends, they know of each other.
Okay.
So some of the stories were kind of intertwined. So if you, the first story is about Charlotte. She's a manager to the stars, and she ends up with this R&B singer who's, I'm trying to see who would people compare him to today. I'll just put it like he's like probably like the Denzel Washington of R&B, you know,
Okay.
for
Okay. Okay.
so he's like the heartthrob or Usher or someone, like that. So in each book,
Sheila,
the
you
young
did not say Ursher. I heard you.
I heard it too. I wasn't going to say anything.
well, so ladies and all the ladies they work behind the scenes because everybody knows about the actors, and they're always up front, or the singers, they're always up front. But as we know as writers, in order for you to have a movie, in order for you to have a song, there are people that work behind the scenes. You have your managers, you have your writers, your producers, etc. So in each book, the women work behind the scenes, and they may or may not be with somebody that's in front of the camera or out in the public. Another reason why I wrote the series is because we are, as a culture, are fascinated with celebrities, but people fail to realize they're just like you and I. Back before social media, I was a entertainment writer, so I got a chance to interview different celebrities from different walks of life, and that made me realize, you know what? All this time, because growing up as a teenage girl, I know I had my little crush on New Edition. I don't know about other people. I had New
Oh, we
Edition,
all
Prince,
did.
Michael Jackson, and it was, childhood crush. But as I got older and got a chance to venture off into being like an entertainment writer, I got to see celebrities in a whole different light, and that actually inspired the book series. So I wanted to just show people that they feel like we do. They fall in love, fall out of love. The only difference is everybody sees it, and I know it has to be hard to go through a breakup because I've gone through a breakup in private, and it was almost, well, I felt like devastating at the time. So imagine having to go through that in the public side, and then of course we could be super critical,
Yep.
you know. So that was one
Yeah,
of my
nothing's a secret anymore. That was one thing we didn't really
no,
know a lot about the personal lives of like entertainers. It was more about their music.
it was I don't part of me wish we could go back to that era. A part of me wish we could go back there. And then when I was an entertainment writer, that's when I was, basically people really relied on writers to give them more information about the people that they liked. But
Okay.
now with social media, I
Hmm.
mean, there's still entertainment writers because we have all the blogs out there and Twitter. Well, not Twitter. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm aging myself. But with Facebook, TikTok, and everything. There's really there's going to always be need for writers, but fans have access to the celebrities that they like, so it makes it harder for writers to really kind of make a living. So they have to find their little niche of what is their area of expertise. For me, I write fiction, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to use my platform to write fiction to kind of bring awareness to celebrities. So.
Okay, so the first book, Worth the Risk, uh, what's the character's name again that you mentioned?
Charlotte, she's the
Charlotte. Okay.
manager to the stars, and then she's with Sean Maxwell, who's an R&B heartthrob. So
So is it a romance? Is she romantically involved with him, or is it a client, or is it a start off as a client and then ends up being a romance?
it
Or
starts off.
does it give spoilers? So we don't want to do spoilers. But just
Well,
tell us what.
it's a romance. I mean, because I'm in the romance genre, so we know they're
Okay.
going to get together somehow.
Okay. All
But
and
right.
and it's
it's
kind of
not
like
the
that
type of
forbidden love.
romance. It's not the type of romance that fits that formula. It's not like a Harlequin type romance.
No, it's I like drama.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I like drama, and I like I kind of write as if I'm watching a movie. That's how I like to write as well. So it would be more. I don't know if you've seen some of the Terry McMillan movies that have come on Lifetime.
Yeah, I've
Some
noticed
of
it.
her,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So kind of like it's like a visual. Even though it's in written format, I dream my books. So when I'm writing, I can see everything that's happening.
interesting. I think I'm well, I saw everybody sing Waiting to Exhale, of course. Um, and then I saw Disappearing Acts. And then what's the How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Have there been any other ones?
Yeah, she has
Well,
a few. I can't remember the titles right now, but she
right.
has.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some newer stories.
On
Mhm.
Lifetime. See, I
Yes.
don't even know if I even have Lifetime on my or if I do, I don't watch Lifetime.
And then there's also some by Mary J. Blige. They've made some movies out based on some of her songs. So it's kind of
Oh,
yeah, similar to that, but it's more about a forbidden love because I mean, we don't want to. I mean, we all have clients, so you don't want to cross the line. There's a boundary there between you and your client, and so she's trying not to cross the line. And of course, it's a romance, so she does.
Of course. Of course.
so and then her life becomes complicated.
It becomes complicated because his life becomes complicated because there's scandal, and as a manager, her and her team, they have to basically, try to clean up the mess.
Mhm. Yeah, that's one thing about social media. That's if you're like a high profile person or a famous person, celebrity or whatever, your mistakes are so public. You know, before social media, your mistakes you could still keep them private,
Right.
but with social media, if one person knows, then the whole world knows.
Then the whole world knows, and then they put their own
Is this
twist to it, and
everywhere?
it may or may not be true. And next thing you
Right.
know, you got
Yeah,
a firestorm, and then that's where you have your manager, your
because I'm
publicist.
gonna tell you, if I hear one more thing about Jamal Brand's wife's dress, I'm gonna scream. I don't care about the.
It's so now well, I'll just say this part about it. There are so many people getting clicks off of that whole situation. Taking a different angle, having an opinion, showing clips of it, talking to people about what they think about it. That's some people
Well,
monetized it.
well,
That's
that's the.
what,
But no, you hit the nail on the head because celebrity drama, celebrity mistakes,
Mhm.
celebrity troubles gets regular people clicks. The
Yeah,
more you comment on celebrities' troubles, the more clicks you get, the more money you
yeah.
make.
It's all
So
monetized.
you have to live your mistakes over and over and over again in the media. And it's so sad, really, when you think about it,
And it's
because
frustrating.
a private person can sometimes hide their mistake and or they can suffer privately. But a public figure does not have that same luxury.
Yeah, and it's so many people making money off of celebrities' mistakes. I mean, it's so many people monetizing people's pain. I just, you know, I wouldn't want to try to sit around and do that, but that's the world we're in now. I don't know where it's going to go because with AI, people can actually put you in a situation and put you in a place where you actually weren't even there.
I know, and I've been learning how to use AI to help with my promotions in the last couple of years, and I have seen since just 2 years ago how advanced AI has become. And I know
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember like the National Enquirer and things
Yeah.
of that
Oh
nature,
yeah.
and how
Mhm.
they used to make fake stuff, and you could tell it was fake. But
Right.
now
But now
I
you
see
can't tell
stuff.
it's fake.
I don't know if it's real or not. I have to actually like watch it a few times and kind of blow the picture up just to see. And it's so if I was a celebrity, that'd be kind of frightening because you could put them in compromising positions
Mhm.
that could really ruin their lives.
And it's
Yeah.
very easy to do because
Mhm.
we had our brunch. I have a brunch at my house for Christmas every year for the management team for the festival and in our book club. And we always take a group picture. Well, Mary, who Rhonda, Mary is our tech like guru person. Every team has different people who are good at different things or do different things. Mary's a tech person. So she put the picture up and she sent it to us. Then she did something with AI and she had us wearing different clothes. She had us on a snowbank behind us. She had other people in the picture that weren't even there. That we didn't even know. I said, where did you get these people? So, and she said the program did it. She didn't even do it. I don't know what button you push or what you click to make it do all those different things. But that is kind of scary because,
It is.
we somebody could have said that we were somewhere we weren't. That's the problem I have with I don't know where it's going. Um uh, it's not to a good place for them.
Well, Sheila,
I think it's
does your
scary.
character in Worth the Risk, do they go through some of these issues as well with AI and so forth?
No, I didn't touch any of that in the book, but that's actually a good idea for one of the future books because it
Mhm.
is
Yes.
it is basically becoming a problem. I've noticed a couple people mention that that whatever picture that got out, that wasn't really them, or they weren't at that location.
Mhm.
And like I said, it can mess up people's relationships. It can
Hmm.
start messing up their money because they
Yes.
still have to try to keep a certain image. I think it was an actor just happened today or yesterday where he was supposed to be on the episode of Law and Order SVU, but he did some inappropriate things, and they pulled that episode that was supposed to air this week because of
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Mhm. Now, I mentioned AI in my last novel, just that the person used AI to make it seem like somebody was somewhere they weren't. So, and that book came out 2 years ago. So I was aware of what you could do with it. Although I use it sparingly, mostly for research, but I see some really incredible things that people are doing with it online that make it really look real. Uh, some of these baby videos where they had the baby, they have, uh, well, they had a Archie Bunker baby thing. They had good times and they turned them into babies, and
Yeah, I
then they
saw that.
do a whole skit with the script and everything. It's some really it's
I
some
have
very creative people.
I have an AI baby that I've been trying to decide what type of content I want to use with it and haven't figured out yet. So the baby's just been sitting on my desktop trying to waiting for me to make some content with it. I'm gonna make some content with it. I just don't know what
Okay,
yet.
I just don't know what yet. I
Yeah.
don't know
I'm gonna
if I'm
shock
gonna
y'all.
get into it that heavily. I don't know. I'm not gonna say no, I'm not because I don't know. But it is good for research, but you still have to uh follow up. And I tell people when they see things online, you can't assume they're true. You need to check 4 or 5 sources of credible is in, but you need to verify things before you start sharing them as factual.
And you know
Just
what? Even then, I've gone to some credible sources, and then come to find out the information is
they're
still
not, well,
wrong.
that's why I put, that's why, you need to do, it needs to be more than one. It needs to be like 3 or 4 places. That's the only
Yes.
thing you can do really to try to make sure that you're not falling for just stuff. We have I don't know if you all are familiar with Bucky's. Have you ever heard of Bucky's?
Oh, I
Yes, I
love
love
Bucky.
Bucky.
I didn't know y'all know about Bucky's. It's a
I just
Texas
recently found
treasure.
out that Bucky's was black owned. I hope
No,
that
it's
wasn't an
not.
AI
That was
video.
AI. That was
That
AI.
was AI. I thought
No,
that was real. I never bothered to look it up because I thought it was a real article. See,
no.
they didn't got me.
Yeah,
I
see,
got to, because I thought
no,
so too.
Bucky's is
I
not.
see
Bucky's is not. It would be
there.
nice if it was, but no,
Right.
Bucky's is not. It's in Texas. It
Well,
was a
is the amount
family
that they pay
started it.
people, is that real? Because I heard they pay pretty
They
well.
pay very well. They pay very
Yeah,
well.
now
Okay.
that part I know is real because I
Yeah.
know a couple people that worked there, and they were like, I'm like, wow, this is better than working in the office.
They pay well and they have good benefits, but it wasn't started by a black man. And it was now
Oh.
Sears Roebuck was a black man. If y'all know about
No,
Sears and
no, I
Roebuck
didn't know
funeral home,
that.
you did not or you
I
did?
did not know that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
Roebuck was black. That's
Oh.
mhm, he was black. But not Bucky's. Bucky's is black. It's a Texas treasure though. I tell people
I love it.
now they're moving it, they're putting it in different states now. They just I know they're building one in Mebane, North Carolina, which is near where my sister is. And I took her to her first Bucky's when we went on a road trip to California. On the way back, we went to Bucky's, and my husband and I kept saying you gotta go to Bucky's before you leave. So because they live in North Carolina, but they flew to Texas. We went on a road trip to California, and then we drove back. So they kept saying, "What is this Bucky's you keep talking about?" And I said, wait till you see it. So when we took They couldn't believe it. It's amazing. It's an amazing establishment.
It
And
really is. If anybody goes, because I go to the one in Terrell, right outside of Dallas. Every time I go to Dallas,
I think
and I'm
that's the
supposed,
one we went to on the
I
way
love it.
back from California.
Oh,
Yeah, it was, but they're all the big ones are all the same. It's the same layout and
oh,
everything.
oh, oh, we're getting one in Louisiana too. It's going to be like outside of Shreveport, though. It's going to be in Ruston.
Okay, well, that's in on your home area, Rhonda. So anyway, let's get
Yeah.
back to the women in Hollywood. So maybe you can work that AI into that would be good. I haven't read any books where that was like a central thing yet. I'm sure they're coming, but that will be something to write a story around. That would be an interesting central
Yeah,
thing.
we also writer Natasha Williams. She's writing. She actually has a whole series. The young lady falls in love with the AI bot.
Oh.
Yes, and she's actually one of the few black women that she knows how to she's on the programming side of AI versus because like
Okay.
I use it for creative stuff, making marketing materials. She's the one that can write how to do that, and
Hmm.
everything. So yeah,
Okay.
so
Oh.
she said she's going to write a book about that, and I thought she did a book cover, a mock book cover of it.
Oh.
So it's gonna be interesting to see once she finishes the story.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like that would be weird to me. I don't know if I want to read about that, but I think
But
that's how does that happen? How does a person do that? That is,
she said there's some
they have
people
to be
out
really
there.
lonely.
Yeah, there are people out there that actually fall in love with people that don't well with this AI
Yeah,
stuff.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it. I can't relate to it. I just
Meaning I can't either.
you just would have to be very lonely. This and I've never been that long.
I've
Oh, I
heard of
don't ever
people
want to get
falling
that
in.
lonely.
I've heard of people falling in love with blow up dolls, so let them fall in love with a computer.
Yeah, but the blow up doll can't respond. It's
Exactly. The blow up doll can't respond, but the computer can respond. That's why
yeah.
they fell in love with the computer.
At least it'll be a two-way conversation, huh?
I guess we just have to stay tuned to where this all.
Yeah, I fall for love. I love love, but I want love between humans.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what can the bot do for you? Like, in terms of intimacy, where does that come in? I don't get it.
I
Uh,
don't even want to go there.
See, now you're getting personal with the people. I don't know what they do. I got a full-blooded human. I don't know
yeah,
what them people be doing.
I can't relate. So anyway, Sheila, your book, we've been able to see your cover, and it's very exciting that you got this series. Is this your first series?
No, I've actually done. Actually, the women in Hollywood. Oh, it took years and years ago when I was with Urban Books, and I
Mhm.
had a couple of books in the series. Double Platinum was one of them. Oh, I can't remember the other two. I had other books in that series.
Okay.
So yeah, years and years ago.
Okay. All right. So, well, congratulations that you're still writing and still putting out material. And I'm going to go check out your songs on your website. See your
Thank you.
songwriting.
And I did a cover song for this for the book called Worth the Risk. So
Oh, okay. All right. That's amazing. Wonderful. Okay. Well, thanks for being a guest on the show. Congratulations on your book. And we'll be seeing more from you, I'm sure.
and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Okay. You're
Well,
welcome.
thank you for being here. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Good night.